play your cards right. If you won't allow me to discuss the urgent matter of my lost time, I'll bore you like I usually do, unless I find a good place to cry. I wouldn't bet on finding sympathy at this particular point in time. You know the second problems arise, they'll basically let you die. If things are looking desperate, then I'll slip you an image of paradise. I'm sure you'd do the same for me if the circumstance was right. If you won't allow me to discuss the urgent matter of my lost time, I'll bore you like I usually do, unless I find a good place to cry. Though you won't expect the man you've met to be lovely and kind, I'm sorry that we can't turn backs into sorely lacking pride. And the chances are you won't go far, we can both name harder times. There's a way around, though you won't be proud, and the hour now is fine. And don't outshine me again like you've done many times before. You don't outshine me, you must have said this was over before. You could start to resent where you haven't been yet, but it's not gonna get you to die. It was never the truth that a casual youth could be put to good use if you try. And I'm bound to find out to the dollar amount what you get if you shout and cry. I can only begin to allow others in under certain conditions and lines. And don't outshine me again like you've done many times before. And don't outshine me, you must have said this was over before. You might make me wait for a grave mistake till you finally fade out blind. And a careless glance I won't understand until years have passed me by. Though it's silently though you're out on your own, you can guess that I don't know why. Just another day sent wherever you went, and I promise I meant to try. And don't outshine me again like you've done many times before. Yeah, don't outshine me, you must have said this was over before. Love you martyr anyway, and broken rules I know. A lonely side of bringing you home, but it's out of my control. And if you take a heart away, replace it with your own. A dream has died, but never too long, till your modern saint is sold. And I don't think that you can so bold. Another round of tepid applause ought to finally make you whole. And you can take the awful way of getting wonderful. It won't be long till everybody's here, so you're cutting it awfully close. And I don't think that you can hide anymore, though you might bet on coming home. And no one's here to say that you're getting old. But maybe you and I can take another look at the million sinners we know. We don't have anywhere special to go. I just can't back off yet again, although I haven't got much soul. My comprehension's limited here, and my common sense is low. Have to gamble anyway, and it's not yet time to go. I do not plan on losing any sleep, since I sure as hell don't know. And I don't think that you can hide anymore, though you might bet on coming home. And no one's here to say that you're getting old. But maybe you and I can take another look at the million sinners we know. We don't have anywhere special to go. No proof of angels, no proof of angels, no proof of angels, no proof of angels. Might be onto something. Total shock, I suppose. I was gonna tell you, but you already know. And though you give me nothing that's even worthy of note, could become a jealous bastard and more demented than most. It's a good way back from here, but still might take your time. Long enough to plead my case and make believe I'm fine. You like to keep me guessing. It's rather charming, I'm told. And unlike my obsession, your attitude's getting old. Good thing I have your blessing to celebrate and behold. All of your misfortune laid out in one spectacular pose. And although I didn't count on some unbalanced pride, every bad tongue withers and every good boy does find another fool to suffer. You feel completely at home. The sentimental values or the fortune alone. I might have no potential or admiration to show, and rather vehement objections, but no legitimate growth. You can still find some way out of life that's undefined. If I did not know you well, I'd say you lost your mind. history of strange behavior. Lay yourself down while we tear up the town and turn all of our friends into strangers. You faded out on Friday morning, introduced me to my soulmate. Now that I'm carefully unkind, you're leaving with no peace of mind. Haven't been lost since I made you my boss in some less than ideal circumstances. Rather than meet on some plain city street, we could bond over chaos imagined. Heaven sent half-witted sorrow. This is one tough act to follow. Now that I have gone out of my mind, you have no good reason to try. You have no good reason to try. Next time around, if your misery bound, I'll become skeptical in an instant. Don't you look twice for a brief paradise if you're blessed with an ounce of conviction. I may be a mere afterthought and won't be satisfied much longer. But if I'm carefully unkind, you're leaving with no peace of mind. You're leaving with no peace of mind. While not intending to keep me waiting, you don't mistake me for the lover at all. I've been down any number of occasions, and today's no exception, as you probably know. I hate to ask, what have you done for me lately? I'm reluctantly crazy, yet surprisingly dull. I'm sure we'll come to an understanding that I'm not demanding near enough for your soul. Only so much I can do about aging into somebody too cynical. And I'm still remaining in your good graces, since I'm hoping that you'll be gentle. I know I've thrown you a deadly glance, but certain circumstances are beyond my control. One could remark and you swear you'll slit your throat. You're far too difficult for me to console. I only ask dress me down quickly, make it real nice and easy since I'm temperamental. It's time at last to get decidedly stupid, as I'm likely to ruin every good thing I've known. Only so much I can do about aging into somebody too cynical. And I'm still remaining in your good graces since I'm hoping that you'll be gentle. Don't wanna explain the finer details. chosen right. Drastic measures finally caught up with you. The need for vengeance used to serve you well. Only lately that fear's become an issue. Now you hunger for certain desperate help. You graced me with your presence, knowing I would be sorry, and fashioned violence out of anything you could find. You just might be forgetting the devil that used to charm me, and I can't be reminded of misery all the time. Every street that you always found so lovely still provides you with tragedy for days. Every chance that you get to make things ugly is a chance you'll inevitably take. You graced me with your presence, knowing I would be sorry, and fashion violence out of anything you could find. You just might be forgetting the devil that used to charm me, and I can't be this blatantly arrogant all the time. Dreaded burnout might set off a panic. If I mess up one more time, I'm done. Maybe that sounds terribly dramatic when you play second fiddle to no one. The absent better angels never could find you, darling, and great American rebels never could ease your mind. I'm almost through forgetting There's a lot in front of you and not as much behind, but you're quick to agony, the cost of borrowed time, and how you love the dimming lights and every tired fortune. If you know a better time to arrive, you can keep on dreaming, I'll act as if I don't mind. I can raise my voice again, it still won't work this time, and you don't owe me any sign of admirable frustration. If you know a better time to arrive, and it's not a tragedy how often I have tried to ruin all your fantasies with no good reason why. And though you chose an awful life, which might be worth repeating, if you know a better time to arrive, and I'm sure you'd rather be anywhere else tonight. If you're not so proud of me, it's perfectly alright. And if you showed another side without some explanation, I would know that empty mind anytime.